Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome to Hallyujuku, the East Asian pop culture podcast of goodness and fun and frivolity. I don't know. I never have a good canned intro.
Yeah, no, I've never had a good canned intro for any show I've ever done ever. So yeah.
It's a lot more fun. It's a lot more fun this way. I'm Peter Ray, your man with no plan, as I've proven right there. Here with me, as always, is my buddy, my pal, Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. How you doing, Kaz?
I am doing exceptionally well on this exceptional eve. I don't know.
We are in a new lunar new year. So we're the year of the rooster.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. New year, as it were. New beginnings. A lot of fun things happening in the world of East Asian pop culture. Yeah, let's get to it. As always, we start off every episode, the A block, with what's new, what's caught our attention this week, or since we last talked. And what songs have we noticed? What things have we wanted to talk about? Kaz,
yeah,
what's new with you?
So, actually, it is new. It's a song by Mad Clown, and I know Mad Clown is very hit or miss for me. If you've ever listened to the show before, he can kind of go up and down in weird ways with me. But this one I thought was pretty good. And it's featuring this dual girl group whose name I would butcher if I try to say, so I'll leave it to Petey.
Bulbal Gansa, or the full name is Bulbal Gansa Chunki, Bulbal Gansa Chungi, or Bulbal Gan Puberty.
Okay. And it's a Mad Clown song. It's kind of very emotional and I don't know, it's a Mad Clown song, right? It's I don't really know how to put it other than it's a Mad Clown song.
It's very storytelling,
very storytelling, very sultry, very
coffee shop
story.
Coffee shop.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Coffee shop hip hop.
Yeah. So
it's a Mad Clown song. It's good. I enjoy it. I like it. I think it's pretty good. I don't think there's anything overall wrong with it. I enjoyed it for the most part. For me and my weirdness with Mad Clown, I definitely did enjoy this. So even with that, I thought it was a really good song. I had fun with it. I just don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing with me and Mad Clown because I'm never sure how much I'm ever going to go back to a Mad Clown song after I hear it. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things that's it's cool, it's chill. It's like the double-edged sword. It's it's cool and it's chill, but it can also if you're not in the right mood for it, can kind of bore you a little bit. It feels a little the singers are nice, but they're very much in that they exist to be that coffee shop indie group. That's their thing if you listen to their music. So they fit in really well. So, but it's really just a matter of it's a music that very much exists in the genre that it is, and if you're not into that genre, you won't dig it. I will say, oddly enough, listening to Mad Clown rap in this, I don't know about you, but I can feel his Gary influences. I think he probably kind of pulled from a little bit into his flow, just not stealing, just it's part of what influences and part of what he probably grew up on and probably what shaped him, which is a little bit of Gary in him, a little bit. How he delivers. Which is cool. It's that I just noticed that I just thought about it and just listening to the song, which is cool.
He has a very interesting flow, and he has not the most unique rap style, but he does it really well.
Yeah.
And he does it in a really good way, I think. But I don't know. It's a song. It's there. It's interesting. I think it's worth checking out. So go give it a listen.
Speaking of a song, talk about
Speaking of a song, This is a song titled "The Song" by our boy Zion T. Can do no wrong. In the world of Hallyujuku, coming out with a new album. I think it's called Double O, right?
Yeah, or like or like
yeah, Double O,
or like like circle.
Yeah, so
TT.
I listened to a couple of tracks. This being one of them. The song has a accompanying video. Really good. Just fucking upbeat R&B from just uptoned R&B. And I just love Zion T's voice, and I just kind of love his influence and the way he just kind of he just, I don't know, I love his vocals, man. He just does things really well.
Yeah. His first album, I believe, under YG.
Yeah. So that's another thing to talk about. So yeah, he made this move over to being a YG artist, and that being, there's a lot of YG artists featured. Well, not a lot, but there's a few YG artists featured on the album that I noticed. I know G Dragon is on there. I think there's another one with someone on there that I can't think of. It might be Taeyong. I'm not sure. I have to go check, and I don't feel like doing that right now. Yeah, all right, PD will look for me. But so more about this track. This track is just, I don't know, it's super, super, like...
No other YG, I think it's just G-Dragon. The only other featuring was... the only other feature is Beaten Zeno.
Okay, and that's definitely not a YG artist. That's a millionaire artist, which I still don't understand how he's a millionaire artist. But I digress. Let's
not have that discussion again.
Yeah, your homies are who your homies are. You can't change who your friends are. So I don't know. It's just a really good fucking track. I fucking love Zion T every time I hear him. Like, I just enjoy listening to Zion T, man. So good, so fucking good.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this track. Like, I would have probably picked it for myself if I didn't realize that it would have been perfect for your list. So I just sent it to you. And I love, like, the video is cool, and I love that he kind of plays...
so colorful and, like, awesome.
Yeah, I love that, like, kind of, like, the feel of the video, kind of the whimsy of the video, and, like, the personality of the video is really fun. I definitely enjoyed it. And Zion T is so cool. I'm so glad I was able to kind of see him perform, because he's kind of an odd, cool guy. Back in South by Southwest last year, like it was such a cool performance.
He's a chill ass Lady Gaga, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not to an extreme, but all of it is performance, you know, like the whole style and the clothes and the glasses and all of this. It's a performance, right? And but it's so like well done.
The name of his album is really his glasses. That's the name of the album. It's kind of like the Twice song is TT. The Zion T. The name of the Zion T album is this.
Oddly enough, so a little bit of pull the curtain back. I like to play Overwatch in the mornings, and I've been using my K-pop playlist when I kind of get into the groove or whatever. And I don't know why, but TT came on, and I was just fucking feeling it that I listened to it like I paused it in Pandora, and then I went to YouTube and listened to it like 8 times just off the back today. Like I was I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm gonna just listen to TT 8 times in a row.
2016, man.
Yeah. So that was a thing that happened today.
Nations Girl Group. But yeah, Zion T, awesome stuff. Moving on, last but not least.
All right, so last but not least, so I can get through this, is a track I wanted to bring next week, but I had way too many songs last week. I mean, whatever. You know what I meant, people. I wanted to bring this last week, but I had way too many songs last week, so I'm bringing it this week. And it's a song by our girl Cheetah called Blurred Lines. So good.
Yes.
Love everything about this. I love the visuals of the video. I love the song. I love the lyrics. I love the beat. I love the mix. So good. Everything about this is so awesome. Honey's features is just so good.
Yeah. And Cheetah is just so cool in this like track and like kind of like
dude,
expresses her emotions.
Yeah, like I don't know, dude. It's so some of this stuff is just so cool and so interesting in really weird ways and I don't know. I never really know how to like express it when I'm really, really feeling a track. And this one was just, it kind of snuck up on me. Like I wasn't expecting this song, and it just was there, and it's really good, and I like it, and I want everybody to go check it out, which is why I brought it for us to listen, like to talk about. So definitely go check this out.
Yeah, Cheetah is just so cool. Like she's really versatile as like as an artist and as a rapper. Like to kind of transition from something where she was intense and like hard hitting and like opinionated and powerful, and like to switching to kind of these past couple of tracks that have been more subdued and emotional, and the fact that she can do both styles is really cool. Yeah, Cheetah's fantastic, and Hane does a really good job, kind of doing a little bit of a playing the kind of the counterpoint in the track, and it fits in really well in the center. Is like, and without feeling out of place at all, which is really cool. Cheetah. Ah, damn. I'm looking forward. I mean, she's mainly been doing like digital releases. I'm looking forward to like if she decides to like come out with something a little bit more like an album, or at least a mini, but a full album would be nice to maybe see her, or maybe get a chance to, I don't know, collaborate with some people, put together something like a cohesive album. Like I would love to see kind of what her vision would be for something like that. I don't know. That'd be cool. I mean, we'll have to see if she ever, like, I mean, at some point, I imagine that's something that's got to be the goal eventually. But I don't know. She's been kind of sticking to these digital singles.
Yeah,
it's really cool.
I mean, you kind of go with what works for you, right? And if that's what's working, then it's good, you know?
Yeah.
But I definitely feel you on the, like, when it's people that I really appreciate like that, man, like, I just want a full album from them. Like, I'm definitely going to pick up that Zion T album. And there's still albums that I haven't bought yet, because I usually, like, I don't know what it is about Korean music. I think it's the weird way that the fandom works in your mind. I want physical albums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bookshelf I had before, I don't know if you can tell, it's a different color. Workers went up to the attic to install a light in our kitchen, and they moved it, which I don't know if you've bought a bookshelf from Amazon, but you should know that the structural integrity of those bookshelves is dependent on pieces of cardboard you nail to the back of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So they moved it, and while I wasn't here, and with not great results. So I got a replacement, which is wider now. So now I have more rooms in my K-pop shelf right there. So I want more albums.
Yeah, you have to have more albums now. You got to fill it up.
Yeah, I just ordered a couple albums. I just ordered the beginning of Mamamoo Phase 2, which is the last album, the last mini they put out, and the second of the two Ladies Code albums that came out last year. So there's still going to be more purchases. Got to fill that bookshelf, the shelf, and more. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely feel you on kind of having those cool keepsakes, especially going to be able to look through them, and you're getting your card. Like, is my wallet here? I don't know if I've talked about on the show the fact that I have all my
I don't even know where any of mine are anymore, and I feel bad. Like,
all of my cards are in my wallet, like in a special slot, like storage space that is only for the K-pop cards.
I need to get like a weird pin board to start sticking shit to. I think that's what I do.
For now, the only thing I have for that, I have the K-pop corner for my posters.
Yeah,
like I showed on Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, Petey Brave. I never post on there, but when I do, you can see them.
I got
but I have them up here. The other problem is I don't know where I'm going to put my FX poster that I have that kind of used to exist back there. It's kind of a little worse for wear though, so I don't know. But yeah. But enough about that. Let's transition over to some of the things that caught my attention this week. I have a few. One thing. So another performance. So we talked about Golden Tambourine last week.
We talked about it a few times, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about it a couple of times. Specifically last week, we talked about a couple of performances. And just this morning, I woke up and opened up my TV, turned on my TV, which I always do. I just turn on YouTube to watch a bunch of stuff. And they had posted the performances from the most recent episode of Golden Tambourine, and this one kind of won me over. This one particular performance, and it's Yujung, again formerly of AOI, not AOI, AOI. I mixed AOA and IOI. I made AOI in my head. Area of influence? I don't know. Ace of Idol. IOI, formerly of IOI. Yujung right. And Yoo Se-yoon of the show performing Bultao Ne, Fire by BTS, which is great if you know that Yujung is currently who is a full-on card-carrying proud army, and she performs their songs all the time. You drop a BTS song, she'll bust out the choreography like that. So she finally gets to full-on embody she gets to do the K-pop dance covers all the fangirls get to do, but she, instead of doing it on her YouTube channel with 12 subscribers, she's doing it on live television, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm. And getting paid for it.
Yeah, it is a super cool performance, and not only does she do a great job, but Yoon Se-yoon does a fantastic job keeping up with the choreography. They both kill it with the choreography. And once again, Yujung performs with a really great confidence. Oh yeah, I'm just doing this choreography. I'm not here cosplaying as a boy group. I'm just killing this performance. This is my
killing this choreo.
What's up? And she sings fantastically, and it's just so much fun. Did you enjoy it as much as I did?
It was funny. I thought it was cute, and after the first one you showed me, I was like, oh, she's gonna kill this too, right? Of course, there's no way that she doesn't kill this one, just like she kills all the rest of them that she does. She's just so good at it. It's fun. It's fun to see her do. It's I don't know. It always. I'm trying to think of a way to put it. You're doing it because, that's their job on that show is to do these things. And you're doing it because you're like, yo, I'd be doing this anyway. So, why the fuck not? That kind of thing. That kind of thing I fucking love. And she's one of those people who is definitely on that line of, why would I not do this? I'd be doing it anyway. You think I won't?
Yeah.
If
I didn't have this shoot every week, I'd probably just spend my free time in the practice room doing these covers anyways. So, yeah. Also, really cool featuring by Flowsick, just randomly in there. And it was just kind of just random wild Flowsick appears, and he does a really cool job. There's also some more performances on the episode which are really cool, so they're worth checking out. I haven't bothered checking it out because I'm kind of, I don't know. But apparently I think Microdot did Gangnam Style, which I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't watched it. I know that on the other team, it was the Show Me the Tambourine team, which is a bunch of Show Me the Money guys. So with some interesting performances. I think one of them was the two. I think it's a Basic and Ju Jae doing Shinhwa, old school Shinhwa. Which is just kind of cool, and they actually did a really good job.
That I want to see.
Yeah, that they did actually a pretty good job for like the dance and everything. Like you wouldn't be able to tell that they're like two rappers. Like they're not particularly attractive. Well, actually, no, they're not bad looking. They're actually pretty handsome guys. And they actually do a really good job. But yeah, I'll link you, and you can enjoy while we in the background. Yeah, cool stuff. Golden Tambourine, more great performances, and I'm so happy that they're doing this show. Moving on. Red Velvet is back again with a new track.
Yeah, boy.
Called Rookie. New mini. I believe the mini is also called Rookie. The fourth mini. I have to say, I like it. I like it. I will say there's a lot to really like about the song. There's things to like about the video visually. They all look great. There's not all of it is great. I think there's parts of it that are fun and kind of interesting to kind of listen to. The chorus is pretty catchy, if a little bit. I don't know. I think the best way to sum it up is that I think Asian Junkie did it said it in his review a little bit more extreme than I would have put it, but he said that they regressed musically and visually. I would say it's I would say it's more like it's not as good as I would say. I would put it more like it's not as good as their last couple of songs, and it's more like it feels like it exists in the middle of their like line their discography as far as progress wise.
Yeah,
but
I liked the song, and it's because I kind of like Red Velvet. But the way I saw this song was more like it's kind of because the whole concept is a little bit silly, right? Like. And especially if you pair the song with the video and the visual style of the video, right? It's really silly, and it is kind of almost like this basic track to have fun with, and I think that's just kind of its point, is to be a fun track.
Yeah.
I don't look at it right out as a Red Velvet track. It's a Red Velvet song and it's performed by Red Velvet, but it's not what we expect of Red Velvet. But I don't know. I still enjoyed it, and I still think it's within their vein in a way. I don't know. I don't know how to put it.
Yeah, I think it's good, but I think I wouldn't put it. Well, I guess, like I said, I think putting it into context of what the Asian Junkie review meant is like it feels like it was something that they put out maybe a couple of minis ago, maybe, or closer to like their Happiness era, which is fine.
It could also be a song that's just been on the back burner, and they're like, you know what? It's a song we could still have fun with. It doesn't necessarily fit what we're doing now, but why not? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that works well. The visuals are cool, and
I think it's really cool. It's almost kind of poking fun at the visuals that are normally like done. I don't know. I feel I don't want to say too much because then I feel like I'm just defending it, and I'm being that kind of kid, like that I'm just defending it because I like Red Velvet, but I really feel like there's a reasoning in defending it. Yeah. But I don't know.
I will say I did appreciate the throwback to that 70s show with the circle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And considering it came like not too long after they stood around as a group while something smoky puffed out in the middle, and like, it's a little like a substance. It seems a little substance fueled. I will say that. Some colors, some wildness happening. Yeah, maybe that's the underlying message. Like, falling down the rabbit hole. Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good. Moving on to going from red to blue. We have Lydia Lee making her official debut. Lydia Lee, if you remember, I think we talked about it on our show. She was the one that covered Adele's "Hello," among other things, and had it on like her school's like YouTube thing. She went to Seoul Music Art School, I believe. Really prestigious kind of arts high school. And her cover went viral. She even went on Ellen. She had a nice exposure. And and it was like later kind of found out she had started working with with a label and songwriters in America, and in England. And she's kind of been working on stuff, but now she finally has debuted with a single called "Blue," and it's really cool and interesting. It's very, I think, very modern in some senses. I don't know if I would call it like terribly innovative, but I think it fits nicely in a wheelhouse. Does a great job of showcasing her voice, which is really, her voice is really cool and unique. And when she's kind of not, and we talk about the Adele cover. She definitely doesn't sing like Adele in this track. Like she kind of has her own kind of like interesting breathy voice that is really cool, and the song is really interesting, and like kind of the tone of it all is very interesting. And yeah, it just has a cool vibe to it. It's like a good vibe music. What do you think, Kaz?
No, it's a really like chill, like kind of indie song feel to it.
Yeah. It's very kind of cool, chill, that style, which is prominent lately. But I think it's done well. She does it well. The other track on her album is also really cool. I'll figure out what it is. Let's see. Let me check on the album. I don't have it saved. Lydia Lee Blue. Paralyze Me, which is a little bit more up tempo and really cool and interesting. So both of the songs are really cool, and I'm intrigued by her debut, and I think she's gonna do well. I think she's been working with a lot of people and kind of like building her career. I did like she had an interview on Soompi, which is really cool, but I did like I don't know. The cynic in me. I went and I saw the interview, and them categorize her as back then as a shy teenager in a high school uniform. Which, of course, I imagine. Like I said back then, it's like she's a little bit more. She was never quite that shy teenager. She was a music kid always, and I think that was such a smart thing that she did back then, which is show up on Ellen in her school uniform, and to be to kind of play on that what people expect her. But yeah, it's definitely worth checking. I should link it. It's actually a really cool interview because she talks about her influences and like how the songs came about and what her kind of what her approach to music is and things like that, which is really cool. I'll go ahead and I'll link it. It was on Soompi.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Lydia Lee. Good luck to her. Last
definitely
track.
worth checking out.
Yeah, definitely worth checking out. Last but not least, this is kind of an odd track. It's this is the primary artist on this is Yasutaka Nakata. And the song is called "Crazy Crazy," and it's featuring Charlie XCX and Kari Pamu Pamu. Um,
Okay.
I don't know how to feel
like
about
this is something I could get it down to, but there's a lot of names on there, so I'm
yes.
a little like, huh.
I don't know how to feel about this song. And in both ways, like it's a little odd. It's very quirky. The video is. I don't know if I necessarily like the video, but whatever. But the song is cool. Like it's interesting. Like that has a lot of funkiness going on. Has a lot of fun like upbeat going on. And it has a cool style, I guess. It has that quirkiness, I think, works for it. And I think that both Charlie XCX and Kari Pamu Pamu do kind of do mix well together.
Yeah,
in a way. I think they have a similar vocal style. It's very interesting to hear Kari sing in English. But I think it works out well. I don't know. Like I'm still confused. Kaz, well, what do you think of this song?
I think it's just we already know Kari is a very visual artist, so this is just a very visual thing, and it just is kind of mixing that, and I'm fine with it. Like I think it's a fun, silly little song, and I don't know, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I think that's where I'm kind of more leaning towards. It's just kind of a fun song, a good opportunity to kind of like have crossover appeal, which I know Kari does actually seek. She does she's done a really good job of like seeking opportunities to expand and crossover, which is cool. Yeah. All right, yeah, it's a cool song. And I think it's worth checking out. People should check it out. Yeah. That's it for what's new, what's caught our attention this week. We're going to transition over to our headlines. So join us on the flip side. Welcome to Headlines, ladies and gentlemen, where we talk about some topical topics and things that are important in the world of East Asian pop culture. Important big breaking news and stuff.
Such
Discussion. Important news. Like the following headline. BGA, the ultimate K-pop group, might be making a comeback. Last year, BGA, or Boys Generally Asian, took the K-pop world by storm, releasing Dong Saya De, which shook the industry to its core and established the boys as the premier group in K-pop. Now leader Ryan Higa, aka ROP, has teased the comeback might be on the horizon on Instagram. Please happen. Of course, a nice little like reminder of all your biases. All your oppas, you need to be reminded as if they're not in their identities and their beauty isn't already ingrained in your mind. I really enjoyed the song, the silliness of the song that they created, and I'm looking forward to, as long as they come up with something fresh. I'm looking forward to something new from Boys Generally Asian. Well, Kaz, what are your thoughts?
Okay. Look, I've done this a few times in my life where a joke was funny, and then I've tried to bring that joke back again. And sometimes, you know what, it's just not funny the second time. And I don't dislike the joke. I thought the joke was funny, but then there just comes a moment where you're just like, cool, got it, great, thanks, moving on. Like I don't know if you need to do it again. Like I don't know. It'll probably have some life to it because people will jump on it and love it and eat it up. But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think if the key thing is if they have something new, a new bit, a new joke. It has to be something where it's not the same joke.
Yeah,
that's the key. But I mean, it is headed by a YouTuber, so I don't know if we can hope for that. But I don't know. Right. I'm not familiar with Ryan Higa, so I don't
disrespect. No disrespect, because I am trying to enter that realm as well. But YouTubers are kind of known for knocking on that same joke door until the money comes out of it. Like it's not funny yet. Like what was that thing that people did? What was the one where they tried to do variety style thing on YouTube, but it was just really shittily done?
I don't remember.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to find that and send that to you, PD. They were trying to do Korean variety style stuff with a bunch of different YouTubers, Asian YouTubers. It just
I actually thought about that, but doing that.
I was, oh man, we'll look it up at some point. I don't want to drag this on. Yes. But it was just one of those things, and it was kind of meh, and it just didn't really translate well because they didn't accomplish the thing that they set out to accomplish. They tried to make it too much. Instead of just making a carbon, which this is, right? That's what this joke is making a carbon copy of a K-pop group, right? And that's fine. But can you keep going with that joke? Does that joke become a metalocalypse where you've taken the joke to a point where it just becomes its own thing? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's weird.
We'll have to see. We're going to have to see how it works out. If they've got something new to bring to the table. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens, if anything. So boys generally Asian, keeping out, looking out, hating. So that's the kind of the fun beginning. There's going to be a fun end. There's going to be it's a fun bread with some poop sandwich filler in the middle, kind of not fun parts in the middle. Just want to acknowledge James officially leaves Royal Pirates to focus on injury recovery. I don't know if you're familiar with the goings on of what James from Royal Pirates went through. Yeah, James,
you're gonna have to fill me in.
Yeah, so just now, Royal Pirates. So he announced in the kind of the handwritten letter. So Royal Pirates is a group with Moon, James, and I think I forget the drummer's name. They're kind of a pop rock group. The K-pop rock group, very much in that style. James just kind of was out with friends when he had held a door or closed a door at a restaurant. It was this big metal and glass door or something like that. And while he was kind of waiting for his friends, he was holding the door. Something happened where all of a sudden it fell on him and nearly cost him his hand. To the point where they were talking about severing it, amputating it and putting a prosthetic, but he decided to try to reattach it because he wanted to play bass he wanted to play bass again, and he's been going through multiple surgeries and therapy, and if you've seen him, it's kind of heartbreaking to see him because he kind of doesn't really have any hardly any use of that hand. But so, as previously reported, James suffered a serious injury to his left hand in 2015, leaving him unable to play the bass despite undergoing multiple surgeries. He's basically been playing keyboard in just one hand. It seems that the injury is too severe for him to continue playing, and that in addition to the hand injury, James has just found out that he also has a blood clot in his brain. Due to the severity of these medical issues, James will be leaving Royal Pirates to focus on recovery. James uploaded a handwritten letter, which everyone can check out on his Instagram or over here on Moonrock. I just wanted to talk about this because this is crazy. Because like Royal Pirates was on a good upward trajectory. They were doing well, and so was he. And then he was at the wrong place at the wrong time, and it kind of just took a turn, and it's such a bummer. And it kind of makes it's one of those makes you appreciate things a little bit. Stories like it's just a huge bummer. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Kaz?
I mean, it's a really like hard thing, right? It's just like it's the how could it get any worse, and then you get the blood clot like thing. So it's really hard when you have a passion, and especially for people who play instruments, right? Like you have this passion of playing an instrument, and an accident, a really weird freak accident, like can take that away from you in an instant, you know? Yeah. Like there's so many things as an entertainer sometimes where if something were to happen, you know, you could kind of keep going in a weird way. Like for me, trying to get into doing vlogs and video game stuff, if I was to lose a hand, it wouldn't hinder me that much in doing that kind of stuff, you know, like, but I could definitely feel for somebody like him whose hands are their life, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. You know, like that's fucking rough. I don't know. I don't wish that on anyone. That's just rough in so many ways that I can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to see that, but you know what? I think all we can do is kind of wish him the best, and kind of send out good vibes. Hopefully. Aside from having to, hopefully the losing his, I mean, that's still tough. Hopefully losing his ability to play and kind of stepping away. Hopefully stepping away and focusing on healing it works out, and he is able to kind of live his life, doing whatever, but live his life fulfilled, and healthy, and have a good quality of life going forward, because it hopefully doesn't get worse. And it's because like a lot of it's like the regret of like, did I push myself too far, or, you know, was this the right decision should I have just given up earlier? And like, well, you know, like how could you think that? Like, should I just gone ahead and gotten it amputated and figured out something else? Or like, you know, it's like, I can't imagine. I can only imagine like the what ifs that could be happening in your mind, like with like this is like. So it's just crazy. I just, you know, wishing James all the best. Yeah, he's a cool guy from everything I've seen of him. So yeah, all good things. Fighting.
Yeah, good luck to you, man. Hopefully the best.
All right. Speaking of other non-fun stuff, but from people that we've enjoyed. So we've talked about our love for Wassup. Wassup is a kind of one of our children. In a way, we just kind of like love their ridiculousness, and especially Nada. At least I know I do. But and you know, she's kind of been doing well. She's been doing well. She was a runner-up on Pretty Rap Star, the most recent one. So she's been able to kind of be working, and she's gotten prominence, and we've been in waffles all around the world, which is, you know, Wassup fans have been hoping for kind of a Wassup comeback, and they had that Mixstar project for a Wassup album and things like that. But unfortunately, we got some bummer news. Wassup's Nada filed to terminate contract with Mafia Records over insufficient payments. Wassup, the group you probably didn't know was still a thing, are now down to their most well-known member is not as filed for contract termination from Mafia Records. Basically, what's happening is that Nada got a bunch of opportunities after she finished as runner-up in MP Rapstar 3 that she figured she would be paid for what she made and wanted to know when the check was coming. However, she wasn't pleased with the compensation that Mafia Records cited to her, and their explanation was that she didn't actually make profits. And they said that Wassup was down to 4 members, which a lot of people were confused by because they debuted at 7. But then we got further news. We had Wassup's Jinju and Dain also filed suit against Mafia Records over lack of payments. When it was announced that Nada Wassup would be leaving the group amidst a lawsuit due to a lack of payments, some wondered why they were coming back as 4 if they had 7 members. Well, now the question is answered, as Jinju and Dain are also filing the suit against Mafia Records for the same reasons as Nada. Mafia Records is saying that, at least in regards to Nada, basically is that they're broke and Nada is already acting like a free agent. Things like she was taking bookings, but she said that she got approval. There's going to be clarity going forward. Hopefully, there's some clarity after going forward. Things like that. Also, Asian Junkie rightfully asking for somebody to save Nadi, which I will second that motion. Somebody please save Nadi. Yeah, and all this. Please protect her.
Yeah, it's sad, right? Because this is a a story we've heard too many times before. This is, it's the same shit. EXO's gone through. Just so many groups have gone through, right? Like that we know and we like and we appreciate, and we're like, oh man, I really like that group. So it's always rough when you see these groups that you want to follow, but shit like this happens,
Yeah.
They're not getting paid. Like, and it's not surprising to hear this at this point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're so used to hearing this that it's just, I don't know.
I do know that Mafia Records might be in for a bit of hurt. Because Jinju did apparently, we found out, I didn't know this before, but I looked it up and it's true. Well, at least might be true. I looked it up on the internet. The internet says it, so it might be true. But Jinju did graduate with a degree in law. So I imagine they're also getting a lawyer, but but it's gonna be interesting. There's also another an interview that Nada did. The only translation I found is on All K-pop, which I'm not even sure I'm gonna link, but it's there. But I'll read ahead. I'll go ahead and read the interview for y'all. On February 2nd, Nada spoke over the phone with Elgon Sports regarding the issue, stating, Representative Hong, I guess the CEO, seems to misunderstand what's written in the standard contract. She went on, in the financial statement, and apparently she got so she had been waiting. Well, actually, no, she'll say it in this. In the financial statement, investment, salary, personal credit card information are all mentioned. It says in the contract that the artist is not responsible for reimbursing such things. Question: did you file a lawsuit because you didn't receive your payment? Answer: it's not about the money. If it appeared as if I'm leaving because I didn't receive money after Mnet on Pretty Rapstar, all 7 members of Wassup filed the complaint. What is the reason for you to requesting the payment statement? I was curious if I really was receiving the accurate amount stated in the contract. I've been asking the agency for 2 years now. The agency said that they didn't have money, so I wanted to know how much they had been making. I waited patiently for 2 years. When did you receive the statement? I asked about the statement when I first debuted. I believed it when they said the agency was having a hard time financially, so I waited. Finally, after 3 years, I received the statement and it wasn't clear. And by it wasn't clear, it was some bullshit. Did you follow the given schedule? I never missed a schedule once. We attended a club meeting. However, the agency reported that due to the club's image, they prevented us from going, but that didn't make any sense. that's I guess that's like a clap back about missing a schedule or whatever. We heard that Wassup is preparing a comeback. It's unfair to call it a comeback. We recorded the song beginning last year. Blah blah. We heard that remaining 4 members will be returning as Wassup. The remaining girls are all juniors. They are probably afraid of this kind of situation. They are fully aware of the issue and have agreed accordingly. What are your future plans? And this is kind of heartbreaking. I would like to settle the situation on a positive note. However, it seems it's already too late. I will probably think about my future plans once the court hearings are over. My image is already wrecked as it is. What kind of company would like me? To be honest, it's hard for me to say which company I would go to next at this point. Which kind of brings up the even scarier part of something. There's like, once you like do the confronting thing, you're the person that spoke out. And that's the scary part. It's always in so many situations in various things in life, it is very much scary to be the person that speaks out, the person that finally speaks out,
the outlier.
Yeah, like the person that talks back, even if you're right, it's still scary in so many situations, even more severe situations than this. Like, is she gonna be, is another agency gonna think like, well, if she did that to them, like, well, it's scary, and because it's obviously like, I don't know, it's a different, because that's even more prevalent over there in Korea, like especially with companies and especially like agencies. Like, if you were a record label here in the States and you saw that happen, she became a free agent with like her like potential, and you wouldn't give a shit about what happened to them. You'd be like, how soon can I sign her? Like, how, like, and you never know. Hopefully there are opportunities. Like, again, agency here, like, if maybe there's an opening at AOMG, J Park don't give a shit about all that. So
J Park with Dre, he's like, yo, I got you.
I got you, fam. Like, she's you know what? It would be now that I think about it, it would be a perfect fit. She is like the perfect kind of ridiculous as far as personality and as far as like her music, like especially personality for AOMG and for J Park. You know what? That's what I'm campaigning.
J Park just needs to start picking up more of these like people who get dropped. Like, J Park just needs to start going out and being the fucking like, the fucking God damn it, I'm trying to think of the word.
The savior,
Tupac,
the foster. Oh, I was gonna say the foster home.
Yeah, like that. But I'm trying. There's a name that I'm trying to put with it. God damn, I can't think of his name, PD. Just West Coast.
Easy? No.
No.
Suge Knight?
Tupac. Yes, the Suge Knight. Like, just start going to award shows and being like, oh, is your label not paying you? Come to AOMG. Like, you'll get your check on the first of the month. Like,
yes. Yes.
Ready to go.
Yeah, so that would be cool. Now I'm like imagining now that I imagine it and I hope for it, it's gonna not happen and it's gonna make me sad. But
I'm gonna start at J Park. This is gonna be my Twitter campaign at J Park. Start picking up the agents.
Save Nada.
Start with Nada, and I know there's some boy groups in trouble. You need to be on the lookout. Yo, just think about a boy group from AOMG.
Yes. The K-pop's first Ratchet boy group. Like,
they would keep the Ratchet concept the whole way through. There would be no transition. That's just who they would be.
Yes. Oh, such beautiful thoughts.
We wouldn't have had that transition with like, no, because it wouldn't be Ratchet, right? Because think about it, right? Because let's take a group like, for example, since we were already talking about them earlier in the show, BTS, right? How they kind of had that weird gangster thing in the beginning. Then they went like hardcore boy band. Then they settled, I feel like Jay Park would just have a group that's already settled. Like, he'd be like, no, we're not doing all that. I hate that shit. Why do you think I left 2 p.m.? No. Like, just be you. Like,
it's like, yeah. That would be awesome. Yes. All right. We hopefully things work out for Nada and Dain and Jinju, who and for all and as well as the other remaining members of Wassup. Hopefully things work out for them as well. Because I adore them. I think it's a bummer to kind of have to say goodbye to the Wassup that we love and remember, which is a big part of that was Nada and her personality and her rapping. But I mean, we'll have our memories. But yeah, go get your money, girl. Go get your money, Nada.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get your checks.
We are so more about supporting the artist than the label. Like,
yeah.
It's great when there's a good label like AOMG or some of those other smaller ones that have been popping up that are artist-run labels. Like, and that's such a great thing to have, and I'm glad that those things exist now. But definitely, like I'm so excited to see more and more of that, and I'm so excited for people to get their due right out of the gate. Like,
yeah. But yeah, speaking of groups that I love, this is a fun part. Mamamoo overhauled their Radish light sticks, and now it's also a vibrator. Over a year ago, Mamamoo introduced us to their official Radish light stick. Of course, named by Radish, it is also the Korean word for radish is moo. Let's not get into the whole thing, but like, it was the great thing of like naming their fans moo moos, and then the fact that moo is the word for radish, and they started bringing radishes, and they decided, you know what, the official symbol of Mamamoo is a radish. Which is always a beautiful thing. I should have grabbed it. It's around here somewhere. But yeah, over a year ago, Mamamoo introduced us to their official radish light stick, which was and still is awesome. But they decided it wasn't quite awesome enough, so they decided to upgrade it into a vibrator. So it's not just a vibrator. So what it is that it has a 5-color LED, which gives it a 256 color kind of like combination options. So there's a ton of color. It can be so it can be connected to wirelessly to control the LED lights.
Okay.
And it vibrates.
Okay.
People have said, and I think I kind of agree, that this is an acknowledgement of their fan base, which is predominantly female, and servicing their needs.
Right.
Also, it's just following. They're not the first, though. Remember, just so you know, they're not the first to have a vibrating light stick. Because Vix, the amazing group of Vix, had a vibrating light stick for their starlights, which is fantastic. They're also another cool thing about this is that it's basically the same light stick. So they're actually, for the people that already have it, like me, where put it? Like me, you can actually just get the module inside. Which I should. Damn it! I had it. I was gonna have it on the show, but I forgot about it. Let me look real quick. I'll be right back. Aha! Didn't have to look far. So yeah, so let me bring 2-shot back so we can see better. So this is the current light stick now. Just kind of a nice white light. But supposedly I'm going to be able to buy the replacement upgraded version of this, which is basically the module that gives it the light, which is awesome. Okay. It's just because it's kind of like, all right, you want the upgrades, but you don't have to, like, it not making you buy a second of this thing, because basically,
even though people will.
I mean, they will, But just in case, for people that might want to just like keep their collection simple, it's good to have the fact that they're also going to sell that. Kaz, your thoughts?
All right. One, that's cool. I'm glad that they're adding this value to their fandom. But I don't know what the fuck, dude. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. It's just slightly weird.
Which
just ever so slightly weird.
Which I think
the whole vibrator part, just because people are just gonna think the wrong thing. When you've been around people long enough, you know they think the wrong things, and people are just gonna automatically think the wrong things, and they're just gonna be, god damn it. And that's all I could think is like, I'm already thinking like the old man that I'm slowly turning into, and I'm already like, oh no, if I want my children around this, like, and it's just there's no reason to think that way, like, but that's just what will happen because that's what happens.
So, but I mean, so the main thing is honestly the vibration is one thing.
It's silly.
But I will say the best part is going to be the fact that you're going to be able to wirelessly connect to it, and the fact that you're going to be able to like change all of, like the different colors. I think that's a big thing. Like the fact that you have all those different colors, and you're probably going to be. I think that you're going to be able to cycle through them, and like, and you know, it would be great. If you like go to the concert and you like connect to like the central control module of like the console, you know, and their light stage control people wirelessly control all the moves in the audience, like, and have like things happening. That would be awesome if that was possible. I don't know how it's possible, but it'd be awesome if that was possible. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So that would be cool. So stuff like that. That's the main thing that's really cool, is that they're doing really cool, fun things, and just because I love Mamamoo. Also, the optional, the unconfirmed reports of the optional Eat Your Enemies upgrade as well. Which this unconfirmed reports is still exciting. You know, I have many enemies that I want eaten, and if that's how you fuel the batteries of the Mubong, all more power to it.
Fuck yeah!
All right, that brings us to the end of another fantastic episode of Hallyujuku.
Got weird.
Yes. Yes. Kaz, what's going on?
What's up, man? Nothing much. Sports odds and ends coming back because everybody's back from PAX. Going to be more other stuff. Just pay attention to all the things. I don't know. Just pay attention to all the things that we do, all the stuff that's going on. There will be more of it and sometimes less of it.
Yeah. Yes.
Just trying to stay above water right now, man.
Yeah. Which
fucking holes in the boat.
Yeah. I mean, we talk a lot about how we're going to do things. I really want to commit to like an expansion and commit to some goals on more content. And I haven't been very good at that.
It takes time. It takes time. It struggles because you have to find time in the real world to make time in this in your podcasting life. So once we start finding that time within the real world, we'll start finding that time within our podcasting lives to do more stuff, make more content, hopefully make the show better as we keep doing these things, because it's a great experience. It's a fun experience. It's just rough, you know, to find the time to do these things.
I'm thinking about more frequent, like trying to make Hallyujuku talks, bring it back, but also make it more frequent with like more of a variety of topics for Hallyujuku talks. Yeah, but it's just things that I'm thinking about, and also like videos that I want to record. Like I definitely still want to do. I gotta just do it. But the key thing is I gotta write down all the information that's going to be useful for it. But like the how to attend the South by Southwest Music Showcase, for example. Now that I've been through a variety of them, and I can look up more information that I might need and things like that. I can create a video that people refer to, and like just as a quick little how-to guide. So I might work on that. I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he's King Kaz. Keep following things he does. I'm Petey Rave. Follow things I do. As you know, I don't do often, but I do things. Yeah, shows Hallyujuku. Hallyujuku.com or kpoppodcast.com. Rebellia.net for this and those shows. Rebellia TV on YouTube and other places.
Well, didn't I tell you? Don't you know?
Check us on iTunes, on Stitcher, on all the places on that you can find podcasts on. All your like podcast aggregator things. Find us all there. Like us, share, subscribe, do the things.
Give it to me straight, Doctor.
Until next time, hasta los huevos.
Give it to me straight, Doctor.
Fighting.
Give not a money.
Yeah.
Why, I think you're crazy.
Cash up checks. Right to check.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.